Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick. Knock him out the box.
I'm smoking with my boy, and you can keep this on the podcast. I'm smoking with my boy Rod in the night before because it's Friday, so you're smoking because it's Friday. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to train these 2 kids tomorrow, and if you want to bring your brother who is their same age, let me know. It's gonna be at 10 a.m. So he shows up the next day. I have these 3 kids paying $25 each, $75 for 1 hour. $75 an hour is a pretty good rate, especially when you're 19.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Like this is dope. Rod looks at me. He goes, yo, 25 for all these kids? Like, I'm like, yeah. He goes, and at the time I was working at Jersey Mike's. He goes, it's gonna take you 8 hours to make this at Jersey Mike's. You just made this in 1 hour.
Right.
So I'm like, oh fuck, this is how business works. And Rod is one of the smartest people I know. Like, Rod is just like me.
And
like,
you're doing what you love, because if you're not, that business is gonna get worse.
Exactly.
So that's like, I mean, I just want to say that. Like,
yeah.
Very important.
And I trust Rod. Like, me and Rod, we're roommates. We're on the same way. We've been best friends. Not best friends, but we've been good friends since 6th grade. Became best friends when all of our friends went to college and we were the only ones home. And Rod he started off as a mechanic at a random shop. He currently works on all Lamborghinis and Ferraris. So, right. So like, we're at the same exact point in our career. And
okay, so that's interesting, because I would bet
that's not
he's
a lot
got
of
the same
friends
mindset that you have, or similar.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of
solutions.
friends that could live together and both reach the goal, the end goal. We've reached our end goal in half the time. I thought this shit was gonna take 10 years. Straight up.
And you should come in with that expectation always. But I always say from experience, you never know if it's gonna be better than you expected until you do it. Because sometimes it's worse than you expected. Sometimes 100%. It's better. It's never exactly what you expected. Ever. So that's the thing. Be open to failure, because that could be the outcome, but you might have better than expected result. I think Michael Jordan really expected. You think Michael Jordan really expected what he got? He probably is like, holy fuck, I didn't know it was going to be this fucking good. Yeah. I mean, I thought I could do it, but 3 and 3? Like, I don't know.
No, for real.
The greatest ever.
And those failures, like, I remember, and I'm so lucky because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to be in a position like freshman year of college with no bills. So I was like, okay, I can kind of, and even sophomore year of college, I'm living at my parents' house still. I have no bills. All I have is car insurance. So I'm like, wait, I should start my own business. So I quit Jersey Mike's, started what was known as, like, I still wear the wristband every day. Clinic training. No way. Yeah, clinic training.
That's from the original?
This is,
I remember.
This is from like 2014, 15.
Oh, shit. Live your vision.
This is like
man, dude.
I ordered this.
It's like almost like a movie, like script. Maybe there is one here. Because there's probably a lot of stories.
Is it still clinic training? You still have clinic training? No.
Well, I still have the Instagram.
Yeah, but not really.
If anything, I would come out with some like merchandise for like the OG.
So you have clinic training. Do you have the .com or no?
I never made anything except for this, except an Instagram and some wristbands.
Okay.
That's how college I was at the time.
But see, that's the point.
And it's funny because I have an LLC for myself now, how I get paid through. So like, we're all independent contractors. And no one even knows what the LLC is called.
Right.
And I never had I did make an LLC for clinic training, but I never used it. And I'm already way further ahead with this other LLC. Yeah. But yeah, so I started clinic training, and
that's the thing. Shit. You don't have to have it all figured out. That's very important.
100%. Like, you shouldn't have it all figured out.
If you do, you waited too long.
Facts.
You got to do
that inspiration and that what those ideas that are really gonna click aren't gonna click like
you
that.
Learn more from doing than learning.
100%.
Like, seriously, You
Every time
study
you
to
do the class
yeah.
project, you learn more than you did sitting in class reading with the
right,
teacher.
reading about it, right.
Straight up.
Like, once you start training people, you're gonna learn real quick that you need to learn some shit.
No, you're sitting there, you're like, holy
shit, I should
this
have a
guy's
routine.
knee keeps going inside and I don't know what to do.
Let me
You're
go
like, I
talk
need to
about
learn.
right.
Yeah.
But if you just sit there preparing and you never actually train somebody, and you
then
could be
you're not ready.
honest, you could be honest and say, hey, I'm just starting out, so I'm not gonna charge you that much.
That
Like,
was my best thing starting out. Like, remember, so I started with Jake, Kyle, and this other kid named Cheyenne.
Mhm.
These 3 kids, like, I fucking love these 3 kids. Like, there was times when all my friends were off at college, and these 3 kids were the only like bright spot of my day. So, especially Kyle and Jake, like, I would train them. Bruh, my Friday schedule, middle school kids, 7th graders. I would train these kids, and that's why I'm tearing up right now. I would train these kids on a Friday night and convince their parents, like, yo, I'm a sleepover so we could work out in the morning. Because I was like, no middle school kid is working out on Friday night and Saturday morning. And we're already working out Monday through Friday,
wow.
all that shit. So I'm like, and Kyle bought in, his parents love that shit. Because Kyle's dad, Rick Braun, he's a very successful jazz artist. The dude goes on world tours for 8 months a year.
So he understands what
He
real work can
understands
do.
the work. And he was the first person to be like, yo, James, you're good. Like, I'm going to pay you whatever you need. Like, you're good. So I remember I asked Kyle and his dad, I really asked his dad. I was like, yo, I'll train Kyle for a whole year for $1,000, but I need the money right now because I'm trying to put $1,000 down payment on a Vertimax. So when I got the Vertimax is $3,000, but I found out you could finance it. And when I'm a kid, I don't even know what the fuck financing is. So I'm like, when you're a kid, you look at something, you're like, $3,000, no way. But like, adults never pay full price for shit.
Preach.
That's just
Preach.
like,
This
it's
is
just fact.
important.
Adults do not pay full price
No.
for shit. So I was like, hold up, I can put $1,000 down, pay $300 a month, build my credit, which I didn't even know what that meant. But my dad was like, yo, that's a good idea.
Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick. Knock him out the box.